Hi, I'm Steph from Stitching with Steph, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of two Joy Sunday stamped cross-stitch kits, as you can see in the image here on the screen. I have had these cross-stitch kits in my stash for quite a while, so several years. So if I was able to find a link for any design, I will notate it on the introduction of each particular canvas. So I just would like to welcome back any of my subscribers to another review today. I really appreciate you guys coming and checking in and watching this review. If you're not a subscriber and this is the type of content that you like, go ahead and click that subscribe button as I post multiple reviews a week. I do stitch with me's as well as ASMR videos and tranquil stitching videos as well. Lastly, I do have a Facebook group, so if you like to submit videos or just to chit chat about anything stitchy, you're more than welcome to head on over to our Facebook group and join us over there. I do have a link in my description for that as well. It is Stitching with Steph. You just answer a few questions, and I'll be more than happy to admit you into the group. So let's go ahead and dive straight into this review. And again, if this is the type of content that you like and you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. First up for our review is another canvas from Joy Sunday. It is titled Lion Dance. It is a 14 count. It is 33 by 42 centimeters. It does consist of 32 colors. I do not have a link for this design. I did try looking for one, but this was a canvas that has been in my stash for a while. So let's go ahead and dive straight into this review.
All right, friends. First up is this adorable lion dance. Again, this one from, as you can see, I'm going through quite a bit of my stash that I had purchased from before doing YouTube. So this was another one of those designs. I thought this was so cute. So every year in the city that we live in, a lot of our friends, my husband's friends, they'll do like Chinese New Year celebrations and they'll do like lion dances and stuff like that at their businesses. So I absolutely love this when it came across it because it reminds me of when we go to those celebrations. So again, it is that Joy Sunday traditional, typical packaging. We got the directions on the back and what type of stitches we are going to be using. The instructions, if this is the first ever kit that you have gotten. It is in the resealable type plastic bags. And as always, down here in the right-hand corner, it does have that breathable hole so that way it doesn't get like a stale smell to it. So I'm going to mute you real fast and open up this kit so we can dive into this review. All right, so here's that typical cover sheet. It is eco cotton cloth. It does tell us the count, the size, and it's just that standard paper cover. It comes with the paper pattern. It comes with the canvas and threads. So let's go ahead and dive into the paper pattern. I feel like it's not going to be very much. Let's see what we have here. So, and again, it seems like all the kits that I pulled so far for this week's reviews has been like this magazine type thick glossy paper, as you can see. And it does not have it marked, so I'll just go ahead and mark it for us. 14 count. And as you can see, a ballpoint pen works wonderfully on this. It looks like it has 32 colors, all full stitch, couple of French knots, and back stitching. So let's take a look at this pattern and see what we're looking at here. All right. Okay, so there is going to be a lot of back stitching for that detail in that design, which I expected that when I purchased this kit, to be honest. It looks like right there, X. Yep, French knots. So it's going to be a circle with an X. So it looks like there's one French knot, two French knots, let's see, is there anything on the back side? Nope, just 2 whole French knots, and then here's the remainder of the pattern. So overall, I mean, I feel like the one thing I like about Joy Sunday's paper patterns is you can see what it's going to look like on here. And according to this pattern, you can see that it's another partial. I guess it's the luck of the draw for me this week of doing reviews is lots of partials apparently. So let's go ahead and take a look at the symbols here. Nice and clear. I appreciate how they're doing the back stitches. They're telling you exactly where to put them. Sometimes it's a little tricky when you're doing them like this. I feel like you're definitely when they're curved like that, it's a little bit more work, but nothing you can't handle. So like if you can see here, you're going to start in the middle and go to the edge, edge, edge. So nothing that you can't definitely handle when you're doing your back stitch. So there you go. So there is that paper pattern. And again, lion dance. Let's go ahead and put this away, and then we'll dive into the actual canvas itself and see the quality of the printing from this canvas. All right, and here is our canvas all folded up. And again, it's not super big, but there's going to be a lot of back stitching on this for detailing. So like, you can see that it's not a full canvas, which is nice. Let's take a look at our symbols. Is there going to be anything that's going to be a little suspicious for us? Kind of feel like everything's pretty standard. I mean, it's not going to be too much of a detriment. And then you see the French knot on here is pink, but on the paper pattern, it was a black X. And on here, I feel like it's nice to have it, but it's kind of mute because I use the paper pattern for my back stitching. Alrighty, it is 141 stitches by 190 stitches. It is serged all the way around, as we can see. And I am looking at the edge, like the edge of the canvas as well here, how it's printed while I'm looking at the serging. So there you go. So you want to just make sure it lines up all the way across wherever you're at. So like see how here it's all the way across. It's in the same location. That's what you want to look at when you're receiving kits in the mail, not just for my reviews, but for your own personal reference. So you'll know if something is off printed off center. That way you can adjust your stitching accordingly. All right, doesn't look bad. So let's take a look at the symbols. Looks like a lot of color blocking. The symbols are printed right in the squares, which is nice. I try to look in different spots for the symbols to make sure it's printed properly. Just so that way, if I missed it on the side here about something being printed off, like see right here, how it's like not inside it's not that big of a difference, but it's not in the middle. Same thing here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more for us so we can hopefully. So it seems like it's just on the edges right here, if you can see. Because they're still within the square, if you know what I mean. Like you know what square goes to what color, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like bad. Like right here, you can tell that that's like double printed, right? Okay, I guess we should move it this way. Okay, there we go. So that's a little double printed right there. But I wouldn't say that there's any bleeding or anything like that on the symbols. Like right here, if you look, it's like overlapped, but again, you can tell what's what. Alrighty, I'm not too concerned about the quality of this canvas. So overall, good size. A lot of block colors. So if you wanted to just work on one project to get a project knocked out in like a month or whatever, this would be a good one. It's not a full canvas. I feel like it's very reasonable. I feel like since there's a lot of backstitch on this, I would definitely not recommend this as a first-timer kit to gift somebody or to buy, just because, like I said, there's a lot of like backstitching. I mean, just right here in the eye itself, look, and that's what right here. Let me see. That's right here, friends. So like this is all backstitched. So for me, I definitely would not gift this to somebody. I would see if it's somebody that would be willing to practice a little bit more. But this is such a cute image. I wouldn't, I'm going to be honest with you, I'd probably keep this for myself instead of gifting it to somebody. So let's go ahead and put this stuff away, and then we'll dive into our threads and our colors that we have here. All right, friends. So like I said before in my previous reviews, or if this is your first review with me, that canvas symbols are not going to match that paper symbols, but the colors are always going to remain the same, right? Because we're stitching the same. So it does, again, come with those 2 needles, true Joy Sunday fashion. Let's put those in our pile. 2 cards, and it does come with 32 colors. So let's do our first card set and see what we have here. Okay, so I like doing up close for you guys, just so you can kind of see what colors we have here. Okay, so color number 1 is 307. Color number 2 is 310, which is our black. And if you ever want to see like the quality of a thread, you can always look at these kind of colors or even black. Black is always going to look pilly no matter what. I like to look at the colored ones like this. Okay, number 3 is 321. Number 4 is 351. Number 5 is 606. Number 6 is 666. Number 7 is 720. Number 8 is 726. Number 9 is 728. Number 10 is 741. Number 11 is 745. Number 12 is 747. Number 13 is 777, so 777. There you go. Number 14 is 782. Number 15 is 814, and it's like an eggplant color. Number 16 is 817. Number 17 is 819. Number 18 is 917. Number 19 is 964. Number 20 is 991. Number 21 is 992. So these are 1 DMC off, but look at how drastic the difference is. Sometimes there'll be 1 DMC off and you can barely tell the difference between the threads. I find it interesting. 22 is 996. It's a pretty sky blue. 23 is 3354. 24 is 3607. 25 is 3713. 26 is 3726. That one fell off my hand. 27 is 3770. 28 is 3806. 29 is 3842. And number 30 is 3844. I like these two colors. I think they're pretty. And again, this lion dance design, I feel like it's very colorful, which is true. If you've ever seen one of them in person, you'll know that the costumes are very colorful. All right, let's go ahead and do 31 and 32. So 31 is 3851 and 32 is 3865. So there's going to be a lot of white like in between the colors. So here's all of our colors, friends. So just a recap of what colors we're getting here. This one's going to be fun to stitch whenever I do get to it, just because the colors. I love stitching colorful items, like not items, colorful canvases. The only time that I'll stitch like quote unquote dark ones is if I'm like, if it's Halloween time or something like that, but I really do love colorful canvases. All right, so let's see what we have here. So this is it for all of our review for this particular one. So let me go ahead and get everything cleaned up and then we'll dive right into the next review.
Next up for our review is another Joy Sunday canvas. It is titled Lotus and Carps Picture. It is a 14 count. It is 47 by 47 centimeters. It consists of 40 colors, and I do not have a link for this design as well. I did try looking for one through AliExpress and through Google. I think it's just because I just had this canvas for so long, so I do apologize about that. So let's go ahead and just dive straight into this review.
All right, friends, and here is our second part of our review. As you can see here, it's titled Lotus and Carp. I like fish, regardless if it's koi fish or not. Sorry, I just hit my desk with my knee for that movement there. So I thought that this was very fitting. From what it looks like in the picture before I even open it, it may be a partial, but we'll find out in a minute. And it does come with that resealable packaging. Instructions on the back for your convenience. And then it does give us the information on the front. And again, it's that Ecology cotton floss. So it's just basic cotton floss. So I'm going to go ahead and mute you so I can go ahead and open this package and then we'll dive into the review. All right, this one was a little snug trying to get it out if you couldn't tell. So right away, it looks like there's probably going to be some half stitches. I'll go into more depth and up close, I guess, once we get into it. So here is that front page. It's every Joy Sunday is going to come with this front page where there's just that basic paper to use as notes. The paper pattern, again, magazine style. I guess that's just the draw of my luck of the type of paper pattern that I'm getting this week for all of my reviews. So you guys are getting a first impression just like I am. Even though I've had these kits in my stash for years, if any of these were damaged, I'd be pretty much screwed because I like surprising myself per se. So when I get the kits, I'll make sure that it is the image that I ordered, but I won't dive into the kit until I'm ready to stitch it, to be honest with you, just because sorry guys, I have to adjust here. Just because I want to be surprised. I don't know. And I guess either way, it could be a good or a bad surprise, right? Depending on the quality of the canvas. I feel like having my YouTube channel has allowed me to be able to review these in a more timely manner with people. So that's always nice. So here we go. Six pages is what it looks like. And here we go. Oh, that's a pretty fish. All right. Yep. And it is a partial. You can tell here, see how this is stitched, but none of that is. I actually got kind of lucky, I guess, pulling all these. And again, I have so many canvases, guys. Like, it's just, I probably will never get to them in lifetimes. And as my channel grows, I'll probably start giving them away to people and subscribers and stuff like that. The ones that I don't like, the ones that I like, I'll keep, or love, I'll keep. But if I'm not absolutely in love with them, I'll probably kind of start doing giveaways and stuff. Not sure when, but I have so many canvases, guys. I don't think you guys, if I showed you my quote unquote inventory system, you guys would be dumbfounded. And again, oh, here's all the colors. So here's a key that I have not seen before. So as you can see here, I'm going to kind of do, let's do an up close here for you guys. Here we go. Like, it has all the colors. Okay. So I'm assuming these are back stitches, or not back stitches, full stitches, and this is probably back stitch. And I'm going to assume this is the canvas stitching. So let's take a look. I'm just going to look at the canvas. I'm going to cheat real fast. It is, because I'm looking here. It's 215, 215. Okay, so we're going to pretend we didn't see the canvas. I've never seen this type of layout for a Joy Sunday. So full stitches, DMCs, back stitches, as you can see here. That's how we can kind of see the back stitches here. Like, this one's number 5 clearly, right? And then this here is what I've never seen before, is like the actual length times width of stitches, okay? And then this is going to have a lot of back stitching to give you that detail on those carp. So again, no big deal. I love when the paper pattern gives me a true depiction of what the color is going to look like. So yeah, see what else we have here. There you go. All right, so that's the paper pattern, and it does come with the canvas and thread. So let's go ahead and dive into the canvas right quick. All righty, and here's the canvas. So right away off the bat, we can see. So let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom in for us. We can kind of get, whoop, there we go. All right. Is right off the bat, we can see, I don't know what my camera is doing today, guys. I'm so sorry. Let's see. I always say I'm going to try the autofocus, and then I feel like it never works properly. There we go. Alrighty. Nope. I gave it too much credit. I typically, if you're new to my channel, I have to like manually focus my camera, which kind of stinks from time to time, but it's okay. Here is the symbol key, and it tells you right here, full stitch. And as blurry as it is on the screen, it's just that blurry in in person, but the symbols are nice and clear. Let's see what we have here. Those two are kind of close. Oh, this one's a maroon and this one's a purple. Okay. Okay, and then your back stitch. Oh, look, guys, back stitch, half stitch. I feel like on the paper pattern, it didn't show that. And then 3/4 stitch. So let's take a look at the paper pattern again. Because when I was looking at the image, it did show like half stitch and a quarter stitch and back stitch. Okay, so on the paper pattern, it does not show half stitches, and it does not, maybe this is here. Okay, see, like I said, this is the first time I've ever seen this key. Maybe 35 and 37, maybe? No? Oh, no, 35 and 36. Okay, so there's the half stitch. Look, guys, we're figuring this out together. So 16 is a half stitch. which I guess we could have translated this. We're a little slow tonight. 35 and 36, 35 and 36. And then where's, okay, so 3/4 stitch is 3, 4, and 22. So 3, 4, and 22. I don't know where on this pattern it will show you a half stitch, because there's 3 and 4, but there's nothing over here. So if anyone has ever gotten a pattern like this from Joy Sunday, weigh in down in the comments, because I don't know, guys. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see, what is it? Maybe it's on the other one, because there's, nope. I don't know, you guys. I can't honestly say. So for me, it's one of those things of, we're going to have to be careful with that 3/4 stitch. We're going to have to look for those symbols, right? But it has, the half stitches are on the paper pattern. The back stitching is on the paper pattern. It's just these 3/4 stitch. So I don't know why they wouldn't be on there. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, so let's take a look at the edging to make sure it's printed properly. Okay. Yep, it looks like it's pretty good, to be honest. Okay. All right, yep. So then here is, like I said, it's not a full canvas. It is a partial. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out for you guys so you can kind of get an idea. There you go. It's a pretty good size. So here's like one hand. Okay. All right, and it does have the stitching over here on the side. It does say for us what it is, 213 by 215, which doesn't, so it does make sense. Length, well, oops, length times width is typically what it is, but 213 on this one, they have it as width and then length. So yeah, let's take a look at our, let's see, symbols. Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I was deep in thought. If you couldn't tell, I'm going to show you why here in a second. Okay. So like right here, I was wanting to, I'm going to do a zoom in for you. Okay. Right here, I was like, what are these symbols? Like, I don't understand. Okay, there we go. But as I was looking at it, I was like, oh, it's one square and then it's 2 squares within it, right? So I was like, okay, let's do a little zooming in. There we go. Okay, so like you see how it's 1 square, but there's 2 in it. Oh my golly gosh, guys. I have really good eyesight. Like, and I'm going to be honest with you, it kind of confused me for a minute. So there's 2 squares in one, which means it is this one here. So it's a half stitch. So I was like, why does it look so clustery? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so here we go. Here's some more of our symbols. They look nice and clear. They're printed in the boxes. A decent amount, I would say, of color blocking on this. As you can see, yeah. And I don't feel like there would be any type of confusion with the symbols. Let's see this way. Okay. And again, there's from a distance, lots of color blocking, lots and lots of color blocking. So you can see, yep, not too bad. I'm not complaining about it. I think it would be a fairly, I wouldn't say an easy stitch. I would say that it's a moderate stitch. It has quite a bit of stuff back and forth on it, such as that back stitch and half stitch and full stitch and all that fun stuff. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to get our threads ready and we can dive into our threads. All right, friends, and here is this hunk of thread. It seems to be the going consensus for the week is 2 cards, 2 needles, and again, 11 and 14s are pretty much the same. It was what I've learned in all the kits. They give the same needle in them, so I just keep them all together. Okay, and then let's take these 2 apart and we'll dive into our threads and the quality and the colors. I'm a big fan of wanting to see what colors are included in the kit because regardless if I love a design, if the colors aren't what I think they're going to be, I don't want to stitch that kit. So let's see what we have here. So here we go. Let's dive in. So color number 1 is black 310. And honestly, for it being black, that's not very pilly. It's pretty nice. Number 2 is 535. Number 3 is 414. Number 4 is 3042. Number 5 is 500. It's like a dark green color. You can't, let me see. There you go. Number 6 is 501. Number 7 is 502. And see what I mean? But like sometimes it's like slight difference when it's 1. Number 8 is 320. Number 9 is 368. Number 10 is 369. Number 11 is 934. Number 12 is 522. Let's see. Okay, it's just, I would have to like use wax on that. It looks like it was just a little part, like probably maybe the end of a spool. 13 is 3363. Number 14 is 472. Number 15 is 3022. Number 16 is 3023. Let's see. Number 17 is 612. Number 18 is 3828. Number 19 is 729. Number 20 is 422. 21 is 738. 22 is 973. 23 is, let's see, 3822. 24 is 817. 25 is 606. 26 is 350. 27 is 351. 28 is 352. 29 is 353. 30 is 3806. So there, let's take a look at all those colors again. 1 through 15. And then 16 through 30. Let me take that out. 16 through 30. So lots of pretty colors. So let's go ahead and do 31 through 40. So 31 is 605. 32 is 963. 33 is 3768. 34 is 926. 35 is 927. 36 is 928. 37 is 762. 38 is 543. 39, it just says white. but it's probably like 3865. Let's see. And then they gave me a color 40, and it says it's 498. So this one's actually 40 colors. So 40, and then it says it is 498 down here. So I'm assuming that it's only used in the back stitch. There's no full stitches on this color. So it does consist of 40 colors, not 39. So here are all those colors together for you guys. Let me see. There you go. All right, so that's pretty much it for this review. Let me get all this cleaned up, and then we'll do a little chit chat here at the end of our video.
All right, friends, that concludes our review for today of those 2 Joy Sunday stamped cross-stitch kits. If you like this particular review, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you stood all the way till the end, regardless if you're a subscriber or not a subscriber, thank you. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. If you're not a subscriber and you like this type of content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as I load multiple videos per week to this channel. You can follow me on other social media accounts. I do have a TikTok and an Instagram, as well as that Facebook account that I mentioned earlier. Under my TikTok and my Instagram, my handler is stitching_with_Steph. And then that Facebook group is Stitching with Steph, and that link is in the description box. Thank you for coming along with this review today. I hope to see you either in another review or another stitch with me. Have a good day, guys. Bye.